Shalom, shalom. This is a brother M1 back with another lesson. And first and foremost, as always, I'm giving all the praises and all the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. And as always, double honors goes to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the elect. So straight in. As you can see the title there, Americans skipping meals to cope with rising costs. Remember, this is according to them, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave, man. You know, the land of the land of opportunity. You know, the leader of the free world. But here we have, and this isn't even new. This isn't even a new thing because it's been years now since, you know, places like Philly, you got people walking around, you know, homeless and that on the streets, completely bugged out on drugs. You know, LA, you know, where all the ritz and the glitz and the glamour is. Same thing. You got people sleeping under bridges, you know, in aqueducts where they die by drowning and shit. You know, so the shine is coming off. The shine is coming off Babylon. It's been coming off for quite some time now, man. You know, the world sees it for what it is. But look, getting into this, man. Let's read it. It says a new survey has found that half of U.S. homeowners and renters are struggling to afford their housing payments. Right? So that yeah. So yeah, it says half of Americans are struggling to afford their rising housing costs, and the financial squeeze is so severe that for many, it's like so severe for many that over 1 in 5 skip meals to get by. A new poll has revealed, and this is prophecies, man. Not in so much as the final act, but you know it's happening. We got to start understanding, or listen, we understand, but you know everybody needs to start understanding that the signs are here, man. All right, the signs are here, and we've been given the signs, man. We've been given the signs through the prophecies to know when the end is coming. And it's Babylon the Great, man. It's people are starving. These are people that rent or own houses, man. Can't afford to eat. So it says, the survey commissioned by Seattle-based real estate brokerage Redfin and released on Friday showed that 50% of U.S. homeowners and renters have had difficulties making their housing payments. Many respondents said they had to make sacrifices to cope with inflationary pressures. For instance, 22% reported that they had skipped meals, 21% sold some of their belongings, and on a combined 37% either worked extra hours or took on additional jobs. So it's getting peak, man. These people can't even eat no more, man. And that's funny, because I was thinking probably a day or two ago how, you know, I try not to be greedy. You know, I'm in the process of trying to get healthy and stuff, man. But sometimes I think to myself, where? You know, I'm eating good, man. And sometimes you worry because you're eating a bit too good and you think to yourself, right, you really need to get off of that eating too good business, man. Because there's going to come a time when no one's going to be eating good out here. You know, the scriptures talk about the famine and about how the Lord's servants shall eat, man. So, you know, we're not in that sort of kind of sense. I'm not, you know, worried, but, you know, that ain't mean we're going to be feasting every day. That just means that we're going to have enough when the Lord deems it. But ultimately, people are going to be starving out here, man. And this is, you know, people have already been starving out here, man. You know, Esau's pushing it. He's pushing it into he's funneling everything into that cause for people to, you know, get on their knees for that MOTB, basically. You know, the more and more people that are in this situation that are poor, can't afford to buy groceries and pay their rent and that. And then along comes that universal basic income, which what I believe and many other brothers believe, that it's a precursor to the chip, the MOTB, man. Because that's, you know, it says it all in its wording, man. Universal basic income. Universal meaning worldwide, basic meaning enough to survive. You know. So the more people that are living like this, the more people that are gonna fall for that trick, man. You know, that hour of temptation. Some people are gonna try and resist it, but look, if you ain't got no faith, man, this is, that ain't for the faithless. Those of the faith are gonna resist, man. Those of the elect are gonna resist. But those without any faith, any substance, they're gonna take that, man. You know. I'm not reading all of this, but listen, it says nearly 35% of poll respondents said that they were taking fewer vacations or none at all to keep up with their housing payments. Also, so like about 18% borrowed money from friends and family or dipped into their retirement savings. And it says for 16%, the cash crunch was so difficult that they had to delay or forego needed medical care. The US inflation rate rose to the highest level in more than 40 years in June 2022, prompting the Federal Reserve to boost interest rates in an attempt to tame prices. The pace of inflation has slowed since then, but price growth rose to 3.2%. And this is the plan. Listen, you got to understand who runs the Federal Reserve, man. It's not a government agency. It's not a government, even though it sounds like it is. It's nothing to do with the US government. It's a privately owned entity. You know, all those bankers, those elites that we talk about all the time, those that truly run the world, you know, they own the Federal Reserve. They loan America, or the government of America, money. Right? They flood the economy with false cash, causing inflation. They're the ones that America is in trillions of dollars of debt to, which keep lending America even more and more money. Because they're not about America. You know, they got their own agenda, man. As much as America is Babylon the Great, that's just the land of of brothers of our, how should I say it? It's like my words are messing up. It's the land of the captivity of our ancestors, man. Not all of us not all of us have ancestors that come from there. Some of us have ancestors that were stayed in the Caribbean, man, like Jamaica and the other islands and all of that, or Haiti, or the Seminoles and the natives, so-called Native Americans, man. So yeah, they don't care about these rulers, these Federal Reserve owners are doing everything in their power, man, to ruin the economy, man. They want the economy to fall so they can implement their plan. It's all about, everything they do is about their new world order, basically. Let's get it down to the nitty gritty. It's about their new world order, man. And the easiest way to trick people into falling into that is by lack of food, man. Listen, we can all have problems with housing and stuff, you know. People are resourceful when it comes to finding shelter, but when it comes to food, that's another thing altogether, you know. But anyway, it's part of the scriptures. Let's get the scriptures, man. Enough talking. Let's get some scriptures, man. Let's start. Yeah. Sirach 39:28 says, "There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they power out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them." And it says, "Fire and hail and famine and death, all these things were created for vengeance," right? So, you know, fire and hail, those are other plagues that are on their way, man. I know there's a recently earthquake in New York. These are just little reminders that the Most High is about to start kicking into gear, man. And start bringing some destruction to this place, man. Let's go to 40 because there's some more in 40 about yeah. Sirach 40:9 says, "Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation, and scourge." And I might have to do a lesson on death and bloodshed and strife, because that's another thing that's happening immensely right now. There's a lot of wicked, like the wickedness of this earth is being exposed, man. The evils. A lot of death and destruction is happening. But anyway, reading on it says, "Famine, tribulation, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sakes came the flood." So basically, this is flood number 2. Only it's going to be with fire, man. So what happened? Before the flood, people were eating, drinking, and getting married and just enjoying life, man. And getting up to no good, pure wickedness, man. Eating good, drinking good. But now what's happening, man? People are, can't even afford to pay their rent, man. So it's a choice now. Do I eat or do I pay the rent? So they have to pay the rent, man, because they have to keep the roof over their heads, man. But this is all for the wicked, man, as it says. And just to balance that out, let's see what it says in here, because I mentioned it. Isaiah 65:13 says, "Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry." It's talking to that's talking to the basically the 2/3 of those that aren't in this truth, man. Because it's called Jacob's trouble, remember? It says, "But ye shall be hungry, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty, behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed." Now, yeah, we're going to rejoice in those times, man. Because why? Because we know that it's going to be not long before Yahweh Shai returns, man. So when we're going through all of these troubles, man, these tribulations, not the great tribulation as the way the Christians talk about it, but that those times of lack of food and the terror of the enemy coming down on us, we're gonna be rejoicing, because we know it's in the scriptures, man. We were warned, we were taught that it was gonna happen. It's further cementing our faith, that Yahweh Shah is coming soon. It says, "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit." And actually, right now, just reading things like that should make us sing for joy of heart, man. Because it's just more signs to tell us, like I just said, that this place is finished. All right, it's on its way out, man. It's just a matter of time. It's so close that you can almost feel it, you can almost see it, you can almost taste it. I know it sounds strange to say it like that, but you understand what I'm saying. It's becoming so real. When I came into this truth, even though I knew it was the truth, it was surreal, man. It was surreal. But now things are becoming Certain things become intangible. The things are manifesting. So we're starting to, and faith is just increasing, man, because now we know what we already knew, but now we're seeing those prophecies, man, or parts of the prophecies coming to pass, man. So yeah, good times, man, good times. And we're the only people out here singing, rejoicing like that, man, because everyone else wants this place to continue on, man. Talking about the destruction that's coming. Revelation 18 and 8 says, therefore her plagues, and this is on Babylon, man. This is talking about Babylon. In fact, let's read up a bit, man. It wouldn't be right not to. It says, Revelation 18 and 4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. So this is talking about Babylon, right? And when it says come out of her, because you got guys trying to, back to Africa and all this crap, trying to go to Israel, you know, trying to escape the carnage that's about to come. You can't escape it like that, man. If you're meant for that nuclear fire, you're gonna get that nuclear fire. It don't matter where you go on Earth, man. You're gonna get your destruction. It means to come out of her spiritually. Don't be a part of the indoctrination and the ways and the beliefs. You know, it says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities." That's why that place really. So really, I was giving, I was giving them elites too much credit because it's Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that's pulling all the strings, man. Right? It says, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh judgeth her. And that's not to conflate what I'm saying, talking about now, because this is a future prophecy. This is the end, man. This is when Yahweh shall returns, but this is the beginning of the end. All you see now, man, when you go around, is just people on the streets, especially these Edomites, man. They're going out bad, man. I see bare Edomites on the streets, man. Bare so-called white people out on the streets begging for food. And I see Jakes too, and that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not fronting like there ain't no Jakes out there, but it's a lot more Edomites out there than anybody else. And that's facts. This is their kingdom, man. Remember that. They're going out bad, man. Yeah, man. So, they better get ready for more of that. More starvation is on the way. More famines and pestilence on the way, man. I think I can get probably one more. Second Ezra 16 and 17 says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning, right, of famine and great death, the beginning of wars. Look what's going on, man. All we're hearing about is this Ukraine and Gaza and all the rest of it. What's going on? All the countries are getting involved now. If you think that ain't a precursor to WW3, then you're just dumb. It says, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. There we go, man. For amendment. To fix what's wrong with this place. It says, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So this is, it ain't nice what's coming, man. People are out here still trying to live their best lives and that, not understanding that this place is over and done with already, man. Anyway, man, I'm gonna close out on that. All one is edifying. Kahal Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Bahasham Kakbadash. Yeah, man, Shalom, and until the next one.